Okay, so we are going to start creating the cover for our booklet. So if we go to page 1, not in the master pages, but actually double clicking on this page 1 down here, you can see that it has the things that we created in the master pages section. So if we want to override those, we can. We can actually grab this page that's on top here across from none. So it has no styles on it. We can actually click and drag that over the top of this page. And we might as well go to page 12, so scroll down, you can see all of, or 13 I guess, grab none and apply that to the back page, the back cover. So that'll create room for our cover design. So let's grab the rectangle frame tool and we will create kind of a small rectangle, or actually fairly large rectangle in the upper half of our page. Let's open to the properties panel and just let's click auto fit over here and let's do a file, place, or command D and dog, as in dog, and we will do close up of coffee seeds here. We'll open that up and that'll automatically size it down. So if we use the direct selection tool and click on that, you can see if we open up links, it's that JPEG file, but you can see how the size of it here, Command Z. If I push Shift, it keeps the proportion, but I can size it up with the white arrow tool, or size it down however I wish, pretty easily with the white arrow tool. Okay, so we added that in. You know, just get it looking to be a decent size inside of that box that we. Okay, and so let's create another box underneath that. So we'll click on the actual rectangle tool, not the frame tool this time. And we'll just click and drag the remainder of the cover here all the way to the bleeds. Let's get rid of the outline. We don't want that, or the stroke. And then we want to fill that in with a dark color. So just make sure that the interior here, the interior of your rectangle that you draw, is filled in with the dark color from your swatches panel. So you might have to open this up and go to the dark color here. So let's create a line next with the line tool right here. So let's click there and click and drag. Push Shift to get it perfectly straight. And let's go to the stroke color of the line. We have it selected still, and we want to go to the light color. And we want the stroke weight to be 5 points. So we want to go to stroke over here, or you can go to the properties panel and just bump this up to 5. So if we push W, you can see what we did. So we basically placed a line between the image and the block of color at the bottom. So in the layers panel, let's use the text tool and overlay here at the top. And let's put in some text. So we'll do finding So let's put in finding sweetness. And let's create, open up the properties panel, and let's go to Montserrat. Oops. And we don't want to do alternatives, we want to do regular, and we want to do, let's do black. So Montserrat black. Let's make everything, let's get a few more options here. Oh, oops. So make sure that this is open, and we want to make them all caps. So in the character panel and within the properties, let's go all caps. And let's make it quite a bit bigger. Let's make it Let's just start changing how big it is here. Probably somewhere around maybe 50 points or 52 points. And we'll change the leading, which is the space between. So maybe like 58 points or so, with a leading of maybe 54. Okay, let's highlight this once again, and then double click here, and let's make it all white. So we'll just put 0, 0, 0, 0, push OK. And so we have that there. So as you can see, it's popping out okay, but there is a little bit of an issue. So if we just grab this and do Command C, Command V, and bring it over the top and go into our swatches panel here and change the tint of this particular box. It's not working. Let's actually just change the opacity here. Let's put that over the top. Make sure it goes all the way to the bleed line. So if you push W, just make sure that this is all the way. I'm going to actually bring that in a little bit, so it's getting too big. And then I'll do a click and drag to get both of the things, both of the image of the coffee and the other box selected. And then let's just do open up the properties panel, do an arrange, and send to back. So that'll make, if we push W, that will make this pop out better. Okay, and next up we'll add in kind of like a smaller bit of text down here. So I don't actually have text for you guys to use. You're going to have to go to Latin generator, and then we can go to lorem ipsum, loremipsum.io. So if you come in here, you can actually choose how much you want it to generate. So we're just going to do sentences for this. I just want like 3 sentences and push generate. So it gives us 3 sentences in Latin, so we'll copy that. We'll bring it in here, we'll grab the text tool, make sure we're on the text tool. Click and drag to create a text box, and then Command V to paste that in. So maybe we'll do, I wonder if any of these that we preloaded are going to work very well. Maybe we'll use the pull quote on this. So it's not necessarily a pull quote. This is probably more of a subheadline, but that's okay. This pull quote paragraph style will work. So remember to open up the flyout menu for paragraph styles and apply the pull quote styling to the text that we brought in. So about 3 paragraphs from lorem ipsum. And then maybe let's highlight all this, and let's make it this type of justification. So justified with the last line left aligned is basically what this is. Maybe we'll just grab both things by pushing Shift and clicking on each one, and just using the arrow tool to kind of center them in the page so that this space and this space are the same. And then let's click on this again and go to properties, and then under paragraph, let's scroll down. Under paragraph, this -8 box, will uncheck that. So none of the text in this paragraph box will be -8. Okay, so I'm in Photoshop now, so just go ahead and open Photoshop. So we're going to go ahead and open an image to clip. So we'll do a file, open, and we're going to open up coffee mug. I will provide you with this. Open, and then we're going to use the quick selection tool. Actually, we can also use the magic wand tool. Click on the, actually let's just use the quick selection and click and drag over the color of the background just to get it all selected, and then do a select inverse to get the inverse of that selected. Do a Command C for copy, File, New, we'll create, and then Command V to paste. And then we'll take the eyeball off of the background that it automatically, or we can even delete it by clicking and dragging it over the trash and doing a file, save as. We'll save it as coffee mug still, so I'm just going to click on coffee mug to add that in there, but I'm going to change this to Photoshop. So make sure it has the PSD, coffeemug.psd, back into the images folder that I provide you with. Push save, OK, and go back into InDesign and then do a file, place on the front page here, coffee mug, open, and oops, I grabbed the wrong one. File, place, coffee mug PSD, open, and place that in. Now if I would have used the rectangle frame tool, I could have done an auto fit, but we'll just use the free transform, push shift, and let's do a Command plus to get in there a little closer and size this down. Let's see, maybe we'll center this a little bit. Trying to get this space and this space to be centered. And maybe even this space and this space to be the same, so just to tighten up the design a little bit. That's looking pretty good. So that's the cover of our booklet. And we will continue to do the inside pages. So right now, I'm realizing that this tutorial is going to get way too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 4-page booklet instead of a 12-page booklet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to, this will show you how to delete pages. So do 13 through 5, push shift and hold shift down and then click on 5 and then just drag it over the trash can. So we're going down to a 4-page booklet. So we'll have 2 inside spreads to put together and a back cover. So as you can see, the master pages styling is actually applying to this last page, but we can actually push this none and apply that to page number 4. So we have designed the front cover and reduced this to a 4-page booklet, and then we did drag this none over page 4 to get rid of the master page styling.